Former Civil Aviation Minister Alva Baptiste has welcomed the resumption of Liat's operations. Liat suspended its operations in March 2020 after many Caribbean islands closed their ports to curtail the spread of COVID-19. Debt and the fallout from the pandemic forced the carrier into liquidation. Liat went into the administration process and was to be restructured and reorganized under a new entity under the same name. On November 1st, Liat resumed operations with a flight from Antigua to Dominica following a 7-month absence. The air carrier will provide limited flights until it decides on a commercial schedule. Baptiste says although the airline has done all in its power to minimize costs, losses and insolvency are synonymous with the aviation industry.
Liat had different types of aeroplane. They had what is called a BN2. They had a Twin Otter. They had Dash 8s. And so you needed different pilots trained to operate different aeroplanes. You had to store different spare parts for the different aeroplanes. Liat moved into a situation of a standardized fleet of aeroplanes. So they store one set of spare parts. And so maintenance would be reduced. They try to computerize their operations to make it more efficient. Liat did quite a bit to ensure efficiency. But then again, airlines on the whole do not make vast amount of profits. The airline industry is not an industry, despite the growth in demand for air travel, that actually bursts into profits.
The government of St. Lucia has been strongly opposed to providing a financial bailout to the cash-strapped airline. Baptiste says the current administration should perhaps reconsider its commitment to Liat.
I believe that is rather unfortunate, I must say. St. Lucia needs to take a fresh look at the way that we treat Liat. Liat is very important to us. In fact, Liat is important for us. The net benefit to the economy is a positive one. And so, just like we set aside monies for healthcare, we set aside money for education, we will have to look at our strategy dealing with air transport and allocate resources so that there is a net benefit to our economy.
Critics have hammered the government over its focus on the Uenora International Airport redevelopment during the pandemic recession. The ex-Civil Aviation Minister declares that the HIA redevelopment project may not encompass Liat due to the physical separation of air traffic where international flights land at HIA and regional at George Charles. Furthermore, he states that it may produce no profit to the country.
One of the profitable routes for Liat is George Charles to Barbados. People go to the embassy, people go to Barbados for various reasons. So they just figure out, well, one of the most profitable routes is St. Lucia, Barbados. So why we have to pump money into Liat? But we suffer when it comes to travel to St. Vincent, where you have to go all over the globe before you can get to St. Vincent. So we need to look at that. We need to rationalize routes. We must always call for greater efficiency as far as practicable. But staying away from supporting Liat is certainly an unfortunate situation.
The government of Antigua says the restructuring of Liat seeks to improve its viability and sustainability. They hope that the resumption of Liat's operations can return connectivity to its network, which was impacted by the lockdown. Joachim Duplessis, HDS News Force.